Hey guys, it's Wolvermere, and welcome to my Animal Crossing village. Today I wanted to do a bit more of a casual hangout experience, right? And perhaps maybe discuss how you might be able to attain a 5-star island. Because I've recently been able to do this on my island. You see, I have my fancy golden watering can here, which you get as a reward for acquiring a 5-star rating for your island. And yeah, why not just have a bit of a casual hangout? So yeah, let's get into this, I suppose. So obviously this is the Plaza, which everyone has, but from here I've kind of made this like, I guess, a little hub for my island. Like, it's the most urban part I have. You see, we have the shop right next to it here, and a nice little signpost that would direct you to a different part of the island in theory. You know, assuming that in theory you could actually read what this sign says. But if we wander up here, you can see there's a nice little separate plaza, which I have a nice little fountain here, little rides here. You see them sometimes in high street centres, like little rides and things. Candy floss machine, you want some candy floss. The old foam machine. Foam machine? Who calls them a foam machine? In the days of old, when you used to use a telephone box, at least here in England anyway, and you know, a little snack or drink here to help you on your way if it's a particularly hot day, which in the middle of August here in England it probably would be quite warm. Anyway, so obviously here is a museum, and I've set up a little fossil display here. I thought this would look quite nice outside. Let's see, I'm also working on a T-Rex display as well, but obviously it's random what fossils you actually get. And I already have all the fossils in my museum, so I thought it would be nice to actually do something beyond just selling for ones you find after that. Of course, you know, there's Godzilla here as a little pop icon as well, so pop culture icon. So, you know, I like this little area, like a little urban setting. Well, if we If we head south, there's another little plaza, which has a little well that you acquire water from. We imagine that you know, this island has to acquire its water supply somehow, so I figured that would look good here. And I've done like some shrubs and flowers and fencing all around here and stuff to make it look a bit more appealing to the eye. Now, to touch on some of the most important things that you need to acquire a 5-star island, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of things you need to check off before you can actually acquire a 5-star rating, right? There's first of all, you need lots of different furnishing items placed outside, and these also need to be a mix of things that both you've created and also bought from the shops and stuff. So, like, this well here is something you can actually make in one of your recipes, I believe. Yes, it's there. So you want to mix in things that you've made alongside things that you haven't, right? So, like, I don't think you can make the bucket here, for example. Like, I actually bought this from Nook's Cranny. But yeah, so you need to mix up the different types of furniture items there are, right? So that's why I've got them there, and it also contributes to the overall little aesthetic I'm trying to go for here. But anyway, let's continue with the tour. So this is pretty much, like I say, the whole central plaza section, quite urbanised. I don't actually have a custom island flag design yet. I actually want to put the Wolvermere logo on there one day, but haven't quite found the time to actually put that on there. So I'll have to do that at some point. But anyway, moving on. If we come down here, I've made like a nice little natural garden area, right? I liked this idea of having little parks and stuff you could walk through. So I kind of made this little, I suppose, little box plot here with the hedge fences you can make. Which, by the way, fencing is also another important thing. You need to have lots of on your islands to make it 5 stars. So bear that in mind. So hedges do contribute towards that. But yeah, little box area with the hedges, and I liked having the trees in the 4 corners here surrounded by plots of flowers. And, you know, a little statue in the middle, and a place to come and sit down on your walk. It's all pleasant, you know. And there's also a little drinking fountain over here. I'll put that away. Puts out a little spurt of water. So yeah, this is just one of my little ideas I had, because I quite like the idea of my islands mostly being kind of natural and less, I suppose, urbanised. Like, my island as a whole, well, I haven't really tampered with too much in terms of its core layout, like with things like the rivers and the cliffs and stuff. I've only messed with that a little bit with the permits and stuff. But anyway, I used to have a villager here until, actually, I think the day before I recorded this. Her name was Celia. She was an eagle, but she was probably like the least interesting of the villagers I have in my island, and so like I just encouraged her to go. Like, it sounds harsh, no, but you know, I figured I could probably get another roll for dice and get someone more interesting here, but yeah, so there's a bit of an empty plot where a house used to be. By the way, for 5-star islands, you definitely also want to have the maximum number of animal villagers on your island. It's like one of the prerequisites, I believe, which technically doesn't make my island 5 stars at the minute, but I know that like the day before she left, my island was 5 stars. Human villagers that you can create through your Nintendo Switch's different accounts you can make don't count towards this total. They do need to be animal villagers, of which there's a maximum of 10. So that's a prerequisite you need for a 5-star island, I do believe. But anyway, moving on, I'm sure we'll see the villagers and get to meet them. Anyway, over here next to my other park I made, we've got my apple orchard farm. So again, I like the idea of little national parks and stuff you can walk through. This is also just a little area I could farm apples and things, right, which sell for more than my native fruits, which are cherries. I talk about this in my top tips on how to make bells in Animal Crossing, which I'll put in a little tag up here somewhere. If you go and check it out if you haven't already. I touch down on a number of different quick and easy tips and some less quick ways of getting lots of bells, but go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, you follow this path over here, which is the little lighthouse area, which I thought this little weird stretch of grass over here made a nice little bit for the lighthouse, so I thought I'd put that there. But yeah, I've got, if we wander up here, I've got some more palm trees on the go. Like, I was trying to catch a horned atlas beetle that, which only spawns on palm trees, and I needed more of them because I wasn't getting it. But anyway, this is Ken. Say hello to Ken. Alright, Ken. I've got Ken saying Ratchet. Like, who says Ratchet? Ken does. He thinks he's cool. He is cool. We love Ken. This is Billy. Billy's another one of my favourite villagers. Everybody loves Billy. Billy is everyone's mate. But anyway, so yeah, that's Ken and Billy. I've made Billy a little football yard. You know, trying to theme it to his likes and stuff. I think most of the villagers I have on my island I've made little yards and stuff for, because I quite like that idea. Move on from here, we go over the bridge. See, like, again, paths. I've got paths that pretty much connect all over my island, and paths are another thing that I think are a prerequisite for having a 5-star island, so I definitely recommend putting in paths, or like little dirt patches or something like that, something that uses the various tile painter options you have, because all of those are relevant as well. But yeah, little outdoor gym bit. Well, the item's called an outside gym, but I imagine it as like one of those kind of parks you walk past. If you live in a city, you've got kind of like these climbing frames and stuff. It's that kind of idea. This is Soleil's house. She's like a hamster. Don't think she's in at the moment though, but she's quite, I guess, reminds me of like a middle-aged woman. I don't know, like motherly type person. So got some whites and casual, nice little chill spots would be suitable for her. If we go on to the beach up here, I do have a nice little stargazing area for night times. There's a little bench here that looks out to sea. Quite fond of this, to be fair. Nice little sea breeze. Yes, if we come back over here is Paco's house. It's Paco. Now she's my DIY buddy for today. So there's always one villager each day who's always making a DIY item. And if you talk to them, they'll give you a DIY recipe. And that's one of the ways you can acquire DIY recipes. So, moving on from here, another thing I want to mention is also plant loads of flowers, because flowers, like having lots of flowers over your island, is also puts you on the path towards a 5-star island. I'll try and do a recap of these points that I've made at the end of the video, so that we can have a bit of a summary on what makes a 5-star island. So anyway, so yes, planting flowers is another thing. I like to do little themed patches. So Pecco's got a very red themed house and aesthetic, I suppose. So red flowers make sense. I also like this random blue patch over here. I know I need to tidy this up. I digress. Let's move on. We move up the hill. You can see over here I've started on what's like a little bug farm, I guess, or that a bug themed area. Like I've painted the whole area in this kind of dark mud patch, and I've put down a lot of the items you get from trading in points for the bug contest. A lot of those items I've put here. I had quite a few doubles of stuff like the termite mounds and things. So I thought, you know what, we can make a bug section here. I need to fence it up a little bit and maybe plant some trees and some flowers, but I quite liked that idea. Also think I've got the recipe for making a beehive somewhere around here. Ah yes, beekeepers' hives. I was thinking of maybe putting them in as well. So yeah, this is kind of a work in progress section at the minute, to be fair, but yeah, so just a creative idea, I guess. And over here, I've marked a torch. Marked this area with a torch because I'm fairly confident at some point Brewster the pigeon is going to be making an appearance at some point, we think, and bringing his cafe to the island. And when he does, I want to put him here and kind of make a proper dining area with this nice little chilled aesthetic. And I'll probably expand the cliff a little bit as well, give it a bit more room. But yeah, so that's what this area will be for one day. But moving on, if we move on this way and head up this hill, and this is my girlfriend's house. My girlfriend has a villager she's made for my island, and I've said to her, you know, you can have this hill. So this is all for her, and it's quite good because the fact that she's put down lots of different furnishing items up here ticks off that point I've made before about making sure that all, like, as many sections of your island as possible are covered with furnishings. So, you know, it kind of hits two birds with one stone. And yeah, so my girlfriend likes little cactuses and plants and things like that. So it's very thematic of her interests. And my little contribution to it is this little rose on this little stone here to express of my love. We've recently just celebrated our first anniversary, so like it's always warms my heart to come up here in a little way. Ah, mush. Let's move on. But yeah, so there's bridge takes us over to this next main part of my island, which I dubbed like the national park, right? It's got like a a stone archway entrance here into a nice little, you know, nice little park area with trees and lots of flowers and roses. And at the back here, there's like I imagine this is kind of like a memorial to someone who may have lived here before, or I don't know, maybe just a bit of history on the islands, that like that sort of thing. Maybe that's the aesthetic I suppose I'm going for. But yes, another bench here to sit down and enjoy the smells and fresh air. Some water, quite similar to how that other park was set up, to be fair. But yes, I'm quite fond of this little space. Moving on up here is a little rural little camping site. Again, I like all these little natural places, right? So I've made quite a few of them. So you've got a little picnic spot, put the fire on, play some music, and just put that one on, and sit here on the little log, you know, and enjoy a nice breeze on the hill. Oh yeah. But besides that little area, there's not too much going on up here. I'm still trying to think what I want to do with this bit. Like, I might maybe expand on it being another kind of park or something like that, that sort of idea. Or maybe I might put some tree orchards up here. That could be quite useful. Yeah, I'll put a DIY bench here because I like having them scattered around, because it's always that time when your net or your shovel or something breaks and you're not anywhere near a bench to repair it, so I like having them around. But yes, lots of flower patches as well to help with that natural aesthetic, I suppose. But yes, coming down here is Bu's house. Bu is a deer, and I thought it fitting that his little area is relatively rural, and it is how it looks. I don't know if he's in. Oh yeah, I think he definitely is, because before I played this a bit before starting to record, but Bu was actually ill. I had to give him some medicine, so he's actually looking a lot better now, which is good. Hey Bu, how's it going? Wow, this is like a second home for you, huh, Platinum? So he calls me Platinum. Don't know why, but I like it, it's cool. Anyway, let us press on. So, like, more pathways again that, like, leads to back to this brick path I've got. Like, this brick path, I would say, is like the main path around my island, right? But right here, we can see this is Ken's house. We met Ken earlier. I've given him some bamboo items outside because his house on the inside has a lot of bamboo items, so I thought, you know, carry that aesthetic outside a little bit. If we head back this way a little bit, I'll show you just the rest of this path, I suppose, and the fact that I've put a little wind up on that raised patch of land there. Like, it always was a little random patch of land that, like, I'm not going to make a bridge or a slope to get to, because it just seems like a pointless waste of bells and time, so I thought I'll just put like a wind turbine there and have it at least do something. But anyway, carrying on down. We come down here. There's Salil, the hamster I was mentioning before, and also Flora. It's kind of fitting that I get like an ostrich character who has the aesthetic of a flamingo. Like, my girlfriend loves flamingos, so I was like, oh, this would be fitting. But yeah, so around here is the campsite area. You can see I've got a little campfire here and the old bench to sit on. There's a whole little seating area at the back too, where you could, in theory, the would-be camper can have their meals on a little table and do their washing here on the line and stuff. You'll see Caesar's house in the background there. We'll go and talk about Caesar and see him in a bit. But if we go the other way, over here is the clothing shop, and I designed a little outdoor outdoor display space for it because I thought that would be fitting. If we press on around the sides of this and head up here, there's a nice little tucked away reclining space on the beach. Little chill out area under the palm trees and little sandbox for the young'uns to go and play around in. There's also a chair for the lifeguard. Not that this place have lifeguards, but you know. And at the back here, there's a telescope. So it's, I guess, another stargazing area. I'll need to put another bench here, actually. I think that'd be quite nice. But let's return below. I've displayed one of the items you get from a fishing tourney on here, because one, it looks quite nice, and also ticks that box of making sure there's items everywhere. Over here, if we head back to the clothing shop and head down into here, is again another flower bed / park. Like, what I wanted to do with this one was have like a flower patch that kind of displays all the different colours and hybrids you could get, right? Now, obviously there's a few I'm missing, and there's a few empty patches I still need to sort out. Haven't specifically gone out of my way to go and crossbreed all the flowers yet, but it would be good to do that at some point and display them here. There's also a orange tree little orchard here, and also I figured like a little flower stand. Because in theory, like, this would be a good place for like a garden vendor to be, right? Pick flowers from here and sell them. Anyway, oh yeah, also these are all encompassed with hedges and stuff, and shrubs. So again, I like hedges and such like. Anyway, we head out down here. It's a little fishing area, which again has been more made up of items from things you can get from a fishing tourney. I think both of these are said items that you can acquire, plus these fishing rods that I put here. Because, you know, you come down here and do a spot of fishing on the pier, and you've got rods and a place to store your fish, and so on and so on. Move along down this beach. There's Gulliver. I've already saved his phone from the sea, and hopefully get a pirate item from him tomorrow. There's some surfboards here, just to add some aesthetic on here on the beach. Just put something on there, I suppose. Flora's house. Flora has a nice little outdoor garden. Still got actually the egg basket from Easter, which I kept there as, I guess, a little reminder of Easter. She has a big flower patch blooming here, which originally only started as maybe 1 or 2 flowers, but since then has kind of bloomed a bit uncontrollably. But I don't know, I kind of like it. It's cool. Move back over here, and we're back to pretty much the main urban section. Go up, just up into Caesar's section. Because Caesar's like an ape, right? And I thought it'd be cool to give him kind of a bit more of a jungly aesthetic around his house. He's always working out and lifting dumbbells and stuff, so I thought I'd give him a little outside gym, and climbing wall and some dumbbells and stuff. I don't know if he's actually in right now. No. Nope, that's that. And it's not really too much else on this little bit, rather than just being a path to the park. Let's head back. So yeah, if we head down to here, we'll have Flos House. Flo is a penguin. She was one of the original hombres that I started the game with. So I guess just made this a little yard area again. I like the idea of giving yards to everyone. I think that's a cool idea. There's another surfboard to just fill out this space, I suppose. And yeah, I think that's all the main areas. The only place that's left is my house and its area. So here's my house. It's glorious Wolvermere colours of black and green. We've got a little outdoor barbecue section for, you know, summer barbecues and things. Here's Lionel trespassing on my land without my permission. Excuse me, sir. Jinx, you owe me some beet juice. No, sir. You're on my land. So yeah, this is my personal beach as well. There's little reclining chairs and a beach ball and a castle. Another recliner. Over here we've got the swimming pool. And my garden gnome over there. Like, I like to imagine that he's fishing. Typical fishing garden gnome. Like washing on the line. They've got a flag outside as well. How about we actually go inside and see what my house looks like? So this is my front foyer. My foyer, I've always struggled to think what to do with my foyer, but I'm gone with the idea that I quite like it to be kind of seasonal and maybe themed in that way. So I've used some of the summer wallpaper recipes you can get, or get gifted to you and things like that. And you know, I've used some shell items here you can get as well to add to that aesthetic. Here I've got my bug trophies on display. Got Minnie the hamster. I've always had Minnie since I've had the game, so she's there. I've captured a random frog and I thought we're attached to him some way, so I thought, you know what, let's have him here. This is Mr. Ribs. Let's see, we'll go and check out my living room first. So this is my luscious living room. I like to imagine I would come here after a hard day of fishing or what have you on my island, and this is where I would go. Got my big wall-mounted TV. There's my Switch, because I'll definitely be playing lots of my Switch in this room. Got my laptop next to me. It's got cat videos on it. Aren't they? Yeah, it's just a nice little hangout spot to come and unwind after a hard day. Quite fond of this room, to be fair. Moving on, we come to my kitchen. Like, of course, everyone's got to have a place to eat, and this is where I would eat. Got all my, you know, ovens and dishware and my fridge and microwave and what have you, freezer. Pretty standard. But I like to think that my house has all the things that you'd actually need in it to live in. But anyway, let's go and see what the last room is over here. Here's my home gym. Like, it'd be so much better if I had a home gym in real life. Wouldn't have to pay for a gym membership. Gym. It's fallen a bit by the wayside with everything that's going on in the world. I think, at least here in England, I think gyms have only just reopened, so trying to get back into the hang of that myself. But yeah, like staying fit and what have you. So of course I've got my own gym space. Come in here and practice my right hook. I don't know, but I quite like this room as well. You'll see that here is a nice little well-kept bedroom space. Got some more of my awards on display. Little writing desk. Of course, my PJs are all hanging up, of course. Suitcase for when I go on travels. I think it's actually Rover's suitcase, which you could only get for a limited time, I think, back in May. So I thought I'd put that on display here. And of course, over here is like the bathroom space. Of course, you know, you actually need a place to wash and do your business and stuff. So yeah, it's just a nice little room, bland room, really, I suppose. But adds to the overall function of my house. But anyway, a coup de grace down in the basement. Here's my gaming basement. This is easily my favourite room I've made. You know, got bar area here for drinks. So, hey, excuse me, sir. What's your poison? You know, dartboard to play darts on. Play a bit of pool. Over here you can play some tabletop games. Play some Dungeons and Dragons, a games night. You got an awesome sound system in the back. You know, an awesome wallpaper you get. I think I got this one from Sahara. I think she shows up randomly. So I thought, you know what, that would add to the atmosphere of a gaming night. So there we go. And also classic piano, like those kind of old diners that would have a piano in it. I suppose pianist. Anyway, but yeah, so that's my house. I think working on that as we go still. But yeah, I think that's pretty much my whole island. Like I say, I quite like the idea of keeping it mostly natural, because I don't know, like some of the islands you see online, so even though there's some really awesome, cool ideas out there, like a lot of them are really well built up, and I suppose they deviate a lot from the original natural design, and I think that's kind of a bit what I'm going for, I suppose, is to not deviate from the natural design and try and make the most of what's already, well, I suppose, what I'm presented with at the start. But anyway, yes, for a recap on how to make your island a 5-star island, for this island I've shown you is, when there's 10 villagers on it, is a 5-star island. So let's try and recap this here. So you need to maximize your number of animal villagers. So that means getting 10 animal villagers on your island. That's one of the requisites. What's the next one? They go furnishings, making sure that there's your island is suitably furnished all across the island. It's well spread and it's not all just in one area. Also that those furnishings are a mix of all sorts of different things, from items that you have made, for items that you've bought in the shops, and also items that you've redeemed from the Nook mileage system. So that's obviously one of the main things. Flowers is another one, so making sure you've got plenty of flower beds and that they're kind of spread out and stuff as well. What else? Fencing, making sure you've got plenty of fences up and around. You can create lots of different yards and little, I suppose, parks and stuff if you're looking for ways to incorporate fences into your island. So fences, like paths and stuff as well, or using the Builder app on your phone, which is the Island Designer app. You get this as part of the main, I suppose, goals of the game anyway. So once you get that, you're able to then make the different tile designs or path designs that you can see. You want to definitely put a lot of them around. Simple idea really is just to build paths around your islands and to connect them around that will satisfy that element. I think that's mostly it. Just a case of making sure you've, like I say, you tick off all of those lists and just check Isabelle's rating each time you kind of put down a new patch and stuff and see if it's changed. She will generally give you a bit of guidance as well, so like she'll sort of say, like the general sentiment is that the island's lacking appealing scenery. Oh, you can improve this by getting items from the shop, and that sort of thing. She says not quite those words, but we'll sort of give you those tips. Oh, and I believe on the same note of flowers as well, trees are also a part of that as well. But you shouldn't have too much of a problem with trees. Just make sure you don't cut too many of them down when you're, I suppose, designing your island, and you should be fine on that one. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So get the maximum number of animal villagers, furnish your island properly, put up lots of fences, put up lots of flowers / trees, and create lots of paths. I think so. That's 5 points maybe. Like those are the core things that you need to do and implement in order to achieve a 5-star island and bag your very own golden watering can. But yeah, I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Yeah, I just wanted to do, I suppose, a bit of a chilled video and cover, whilst at the same time covering something that can be useful for those of you who are still struggling with getting a 5-star island. Like, it can be quite difficult if you're not sure why you can't seem to gain those stars, and it's definitely to do with those points that I've mentioned before. You change all of those and make sure you've ticked them all off, and you should do okay. If you haven't checked it out already, be sure to check out my video on how to make bells, because that's also something like a list I've compiled that I think is very useful if you're also someone who's struggling to pay off the home loans. Maybe a way to help you acquire bells and things. No, doesn't do anything too crazy, and I think is good for everyone to understand. So go ahead and check those points out. What else? So yeah, obviously I'm currently working on a review video for Paper Mario. I should have that out soon. It's proving to be quite a long game, so I've had to kind of fill the space a bit, I suppose, with a video like this. What else am I working on? There's another idea I'm working on as well. Yeah, just keep an eye out on the channel. There's some cool, interesting little video ideas I've been working on and what have you. And there's also I'm cooking up how to start Twitch soon as well, so we can have more of these kind of Let's Play hangout experiences. Definitely intend to play lots of Smash, as well as some other random things as well. So we'll see. You know, so it's going to be good. Cool things on the horizon. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap up this video. So hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. In the meantime, I hope everyone's staying safe and staying cool. If there's tell you one thing, if there's any games you think I should play, or ideas you'd like me to either cover or talk about or what have you, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to see what kind of content you guys would like me to bring forth to this channel in the future and on Twitch and stuff like that. So just will be cool, because ultimately at the end of the day it's always going to be about us, me and you. So anyway, this is going on too long, so this has been Wolvermere. Stay cool, stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. And of course, if you found this video helpful, do be sure to leave a like and a subscribe for more videos like this every week.